So this is Red. I did lose Nella, my other orange mouse, who was really big, but she's really submissive, and I was able to add her to this dirty cage, not clean cage, because when they get a new cage, they explore in the territorial thing. But when this is a week old, when it's dirty, this is a week. They've moved stuff around, and a couple of them are sleeping right there. And then down here, this is a week they've done this. See all that trash they dropped through there? But she has she's a submissive mouse, and that's part of it. She's submissive. She's okay with them. She's okay with everybody. It's really the mouse. The two males that I lost, I lost one male and one female, and that was because one of them was a male, and I'm pretty sure the female got pregnant, and the other males probably killed her because of it. It's just how it goes. Sometimes that happens. I have 4 males in here, and everybody, let's see if I have anybody sleeping. Okay, there's, what do we got? 1, 2, 3 of them. Yeah, I'm waking you girls up. She's getting groomed right now. And then the other ones should be over here. Yeah, so they like sleeping over here in this little spot. You see, they're all sleeping together. I got 3 males sleeping together. So Meg, I don't know if they stole a sock or what, but they made this nest. I don't make nest in here. Yeah, I'm waking you up. Yeah. But that's where they decided to sleep this week. And every single time I clean this cage, they make a new thing. And you do have ones that just like to sleep wherever. One of the females, loves to sleep up top. I have a little bit of Gatorade in there. I lost her. There's so many hiding spots. But yeah, this is a dirty cage. So I know everybody says to do it in a clean cage, but I also find that when it's brand new, they become territorial. And if you introduce a new mice and everybody's territorial, it's actually worse than doing it in a new cage. And I know the new smells and all that, but everybody, they seriously, when it's all clean, for like 2 hours, they do nothing but running around and scent marking and just chewing the new wood. And this is my spot. For like 2 hours they do that. That's all they do. And then they pick out their sleeping spots. They don't even start making the nest the first day. But all they do is they come up with their sleeping spots. And then the second day they start making nests. Somebody's sleeping right here. A couple of them are sleeping right there. I put a couple of holes in there. There's a nest in that box. And I'll probably use that box again. I'm going to throw this away. Throw these away. Oh, there she is. And she's not scared of me. She won't come to me yet. Hi, Red. See, she's got red eyes. Might be a little hard to see. But I thought that was cool. I wanted to replace my other orange mouse. She did get sick, and part of that was she was like a big mouse. I mean, she was about 2.5 inches wide, and she became sick, which is why I started putting that. They say just a little bit of Gatorade mixed with the water, and they like it. I do it once a week. I'll put Gatorade in there for them, and yeah, she's enjoying it. She's still exploring. She hasn't even come in here yet to see these wheels, and I want to let them kind of do it on their own pace. I don't want to just throw her in there and then she doesn't know how to get out. So I'm going to let her explore all this on her own. She's just kind of taking it easy. She was hopping all over the place in here when I first put her in. I did slowly introduce them. I basically put... What I did is I put her up top here. What I did is I put her up top onto this. And then I closed this so the other mice couldn't get to her. And I just watched her for an hour up here. And they were able to smell each other. Okay? And then I actually took one of the tanks and flipped it over. And I left her in there with food and a little bit of water. I left her in there for 2 hours. So they were able to smell each other. Okay? And like I'm saying, I clean the cage every week. So it's a bit of a deal. Do you want to come out, Squeaks? It's a bit of a deal to have them do that. But they're basically getting used to it. You want to come out? Yeah. So Squeaks is kind of cautious half the time. She wants to come out, but she doesn't like being picked up. She doesn't. I can't do it with 2 hands. I need 2 hands to pick her up, and she knows it. Half my mice, though, they'll come on, but she won't. She will not come up. But yeah, it just comes down to the mouse and how submissive they are. She was very submissive. Like, she squeaked for probably 2 hours once I got her in there. There was a couple chases around, but she didn't get one bite on her tail. Like, not one bite. Usually there's a couple bites the first day. I mean, there is. They're going to test each other's limits and figure out who the boss is. And the thing was, Nella, my other mouse, who was big, she was a boss. Like, she was a boss. And now Spaz, I'm surprised hasn't ran off. She's half tired, that's why. Spaz is a bit of the boss right now. And I can't even see if she's in here. I know Coco is hiding in there, because Coco likes sleeping with the other mice. And so does Spaz, but Spaz only sleeps up top here. Spaz only sleeps up top. This is her bed. And everybody else will come into it. Look at her, look at the other mouse. Everybody will come into it, but this is Spaz's bed. This is where Spaz sleeps. And they do that. Stripe likes to hide, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, wait, maybe Nella's right here. Oh, sorry. Maybe Coco's right there. But they, I mean, I know I got 1 or 2 of them sleeping right in that. And they pick a spot, and that's where they like to sleep. And I'm okay with that. I wanted to have them all sleeping in this bed. And this, I put more nesting in here. And you can see they move it all over the place. But it's meant to be run around. And I'm also using different stuff that is less hey, where'd you go? Yeah, and you gotta watch the fancy mice. They're so dang fast. Or the house mice. But it's really one of those things where everybody says to do it, but oh, see, there you go. There is some house mice sleeping in here with the other mice. They're not all sleeping in that one area. And I know it's hard to see. There you go. I know I have one of the fancy mice in there. And it is their little sleeping time right now. They sleep like 4 times a day for about 3 hours. Then they're super active, and then they eat, and they go back to sleep. It's a pretty simple deal. And I have. Yes, I'm waking you up. Look at her squint her eyes. I mean, they won't run off. I've pretty much, the only one that is a house mouse was the mother to the first babies. And from then on, the babies have all been in this cage. So the babies won't run out. I mean, they'll go up here. Hi. They'll go up here, and sometimes I'll get one peeking its head up, but they know not to go out here. I've only had to, like, bat one back once or twice. And, hi, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah. I've only had to, I don't have any treats for him. Usually when I do that, I have a treat. But I've only had to do that once or twice where I've left it open for like 30 minutes and had them like peek up here. They start to get curious. I don't blame them. But that's the only time I've ever had an issue with the house mice. And at this point, they almost know when I clean this cage up first. They know to leave this cage. A couple of them reluctant and go out into here. And then I block this off. I just block that tube off. And they're still going to run around and try to get into it, but I'm able to block that off and then clean this cage out. And then open this up and block this cage off. And hi girl. Yeah, you can really see her red eyes right there. Which, it's neat, you know. It's not a genetic defect or an inbreeding thing. It's actually just a, I'm going to show your butt. It's just a thing. It's something that happens genetic-wise. Some mice have red eyes. So I found that neat, and I was like, yes, that one. I do think I'm going to get some more fancy mice. I just don't know. See, she's exploring. She really, there's so many places they can nest. That's what I really wanted. One for, where'd you go? One for, they're so fast. One for playing and one for nesting. You know? Everybody's starting to wake up right now. And it really does become active in here. But for the most part, nobody really fights. I mean, there isn't like a bloody tail-biting fighting anymore. Actually, the fancy mice were a lot worse with that. That's why that's why Spaz is frankly afraid of me, because she was the one that would just tear up a mouse. Any new mouse that I added in here, Spaz would just tear him up. And she likes this red one. She knows she's submissive, so that was pretty much it. What are you chewing on? So it does get dirty up here, but as long as they have something to chew, this is just for chewing and drinking. That's all this is for. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Yeah, what are you looking for? Hi. Where are you going? So they all get along. I sometimes put a bowl of water. Holy cow. I sometimes put a bowl of water in here for them. And if you just put a bowl of water in there, that'll clean them a little bit. They'll like drink, first off, they'll drink out of the water, which you don't want. But you want to, it'll clean their bellies, is the best way I could put it. It'll clean them without them ruining their fur. And I mean, that right there gets rid of most of their scents. But for the most part, they'll get along.